When people ask, what does Judaism say about homosexuality, they usually expect a one-line answer, preferably sharp, simple, and condemnatory. Judaism almost never plays that game. We don't do slogans, we do systems. Let's start where Judaism always starts, our holy, written Torah. The Torah does not speak often about sexuality, but when it does, it speaks with purpose. In Vayikra, Leviticus, chapters 18 and 20, male same-sex intercourse is prohibited. That is the what. But the Torah does not frame this as a social policy or a personal identity issue. It places it within a broader framework of sexual boundaries meant to preserve cosmic and communal order. The surrounding verses deal with incest, adultery, bestiality, and exploitative relationships. In other words, the Torah is not isolating homosexuality as a unique evil. It is defining where sexuality ceases to be creative and becomes destructive. From a Torah perspective, sexuality is not just about pleasure or consent. It is about alignment with creation itself. Human intimacy is viewed as a partnership with Hashem in sustaining the world. That's why the Torah's sexual ethics are tied to kedusha, holiness, not morality in the modern sense. Holiness in Judaism means directed energy. Fire in a hearth warms a home. Fire in the living room burns it down. Same fire, different outcomes. Now let's move forward to the Mishnah. The Mishnah is striking for what it doesn't do. It does not obsess over homosexuality. It does not create social categories, witch hunts, or purity tests. Instead, it treats prohibited sexual acts as behavioral boundaries, not personal identities. This is critical. Judaism does not define a human being by a sexual inclination, ever. There is no concept in classical Jewish thought of a person being their desire. Desire exists. The question is what one does with it. The Mishnah is concerned with action, intention, and communal responsibility, not psychological labeling. That alone puts Judaism at odds with both modern progressive and modern reactionary frameworks. Now, the Gemara pushes this further and deeper. The Talmud is brutally honest about human complexity. It recognizes powerful drives, sexual, aggressive, creative, destructive. The sages do not imagine a world without desire. They imagine a world where desire is channeled rather than worshipped. One of the most overlooked ideas in the Gemara is that not every prohibition implies moral inferiority. Some prohibitions exist because certain behaviors, if normalized, would undermine the structure that allows society and holiness to function. Judaism is not asking what feels authentic. It is asking what sustains the covenant across generations. Male same-sex intercourse is prohibited not because of hatred, fear, or revulsion, but because it removes sexuality from its generative role within the covenantal system the Torah is constructing. The Torah is building a people whose continuity is biological, spiritual, and legal. Sexual norms serve that architecture. This is also why the Torah does not prohibit orientation, attraction, affection, companionship, or emotional intimacy. It legislates specific acts, not inner lives. And here's the uncomfortable truth for everyone involved. Judaism does not promise that every human desire will find halachic fulfillment. That applies to heterosexuals too. Just ask anyone bound by the laws of arayot, nida, or forbidden relationships. Judaism's ethic is not happiness first. It is meaning first. That doesn't mean cruelty. The Gemara repeatedly warns against humiliation, public shaming, and causing emotional pain. A person created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of Hashem, never loses their dignity because of struggle. The tragedy is that both sides of the modern debate miss the point. One side turns Torah into a blunt weapon. The other demands Torah surrender its metaphysics to modern identity politics. Judaism does neither. It insists that holiness requires limits, that desire is not the enemy, but neither is it the master. And it insists quietly but firmly that the covenant matters more than the moment. That's not an easy message. Judaism was never meant to be. Thank you for watching the video or reading the blog on this important and timely topic. Please like, subscribe, and share with others. Find more of my works on Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Substack, and Blogger. Leave comments below or email me to shmu@startmail.com. Until next time, this is Shmuel ben Shlomi wishing you shalom.